What's going on YouTube? Today's video is going to be on kicking. We're going to do a 1-rail kick, 2-rail kick, and a 3-rail kick. For the 1-rail kick, there's multiple ways to actually execute the shot. The way I have this setup laid out is I have the one ball here, where it's on the first diamond, and the cue ball on the third diamond, and it's blocked by this 2 ball. And you're trying to kick the ball. It's close enough where you can jump it, but you're actually going to do a kick shot. And the way to execute this, and the easiest way to execute it, is actually doing by splitting the difference. By that, what I mean by splitting the difference is getting the distance between the object ball and the cue ball. So this one is pretty easy, and it's lined up right on the second diamond on the opposite side. And once you get that position, you would just shift your whole cue, and your aim would be on the second diamond. I set up another example for a 1-rail kick. This one's also pretty simple because the cue ball and the object ball is lined up straight. Well, it's almost like an imaginary rail where it lines up parallel. So if you actually do another split the difference, you can see this is going to be exactly where I'm going to hit the rail again with a cue ball to actually make contact to the 1 ball. I set up another example for a 1-rail kick, but this time, as you can see, the cue ball and the object ball is not lined up at this time. Normally, a lot of people like to do splitting the difference and try to figure out where the difference is. So we're splitting the difference and doing the mirror system, which I can't visualize. I'm not a visual person. So you're trying to figure out where to actually hit this rail. With the numbering system, the way I did it on my banks, it also works for the kicks. So the best way to do it, this one is on the 0, this is the 4, this is the 8, this is the 12, this is the 16, the 20, and the 25. The opposite rail, where you're actually going to kick, we'll start off with the 10, then your 20, then your 30, then your 40, your 50, 60, and 70. So with this system, as you can see, the way this setup is, you line this up and figure out where your cue ball is. And once you know where your cue ball is lined up, so if this is 20, you would line it up to your 20. Nope, it does not line up to my cue ball. Go to my 25, it does not line up to my cue ball. This is 23, 24, there's 24, pretty close, and then 23. So this would line up to the 23. You would mirror this image and see if it actually goes in. So as you can see, if I actually hit this diamond, I would actually hit this 1 ball. I set up another example for a 1-rail kick, but as you can see, I have the 1 ball moved up to the second diamond on the short rail and the second diamond on the long rail. My cue ball is on the opposite side of the table, and it's about half a diamond on the short rail and the second diamond on the long rail. So most people would try to use the half the distance measurements, or try to use the mirror image and figure out where the 1 ball is in space floating on an imaginary table. Those systems work if you can actually see it, but I have to use everything by the numbers. As you can see, all we're doing for this shot is we're going to shift my number system. So with the number system, this will become my 0, this one becomes the 4, this one becomes the 8, and this one becomes the 12. All I did was shift my number system. The reason why is this is now going to be my 10, this is going to be my 20, and this is going to be my 25, and this is going to be the 30, of course. So if this is 4, 8, 12, 16, this is 20, my cue ball does not line up to my 20. Does it line up to my 25? No, it's the same shot to the 23. So if I hit the 23 here, I'll move the 10 ball for y'all so y'all can see that I shifted this number also, because now I have a new zeros. So if I hit the 23, I should be able to hit this object ball and not give ball in hand to my opponent. For a 2-rail kick, I set up this example. I have the 1 ball set up over here on the 2nd diamond on the long rail, and the cue ball pretty much on the opposite side of the table and set up on the 3rd diamond on the long rail. But as you can see, I have the number system here. This is for a 2-rail kick. This where you're going to be kicking into. This corner pocket will be as the 1. This will be the 2, this will be the 3, this is the 4, and then this is the 5. The way this system works is you're actually getting the difference on how far the cue ball and object ball are. So for this one, you're looking at 1 diamond, 2 diamonds, and 3 diamonds. But you gotta remember, with the 2 rails, this cue ball is not exactly on the 3rd diamond, because 3rd diamond and 3rd diamond lines up over here. So it does not line up. You have to shift your cue to where it actually meets. If this one meets, if this is the 2 and this is the 3, it's almost at the 2.5, and this is where you're actually gonna aim the cue ball to actually hit this object ball over here. I set up another example for a 2-rail kick, but as you can see, I got the 1 ball and the cue ball away from the rail this time. Therefore, it's going to be a lot harder to actually judge where you're going to be kicking this. But with the number system, the system works pretty simple. You just got, like I said before, you got to figure out how far is the cue ball away from your object ball. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 diamonds away, but as you can see, the cue ball is almost 2 diamonds up from this on the short rail itself. So this is 1 and this is 2. So this is almost 2, and then that's 4. 4 minus 2 is 2, but yet you have this gap here, so you're almost looking at a 2.25, because you're not at a full 2, and you'll be almost hitting approximately here and should be able to hit that 1 ball. The biggest thing with this system, it's a number system. Regardless of where your cue ball and object ball is, if you use the number system, the math will always work. I set up another 2-rail example. As you can see, I have the 1 ball on the short rail. And if you look at the other side of the table, I have the numbering system for this 2-rail kick. This is gonna start off with your 3, your 5, and your 7. This is your first rail. This is gonna be the 2nd rail. Wherever the 2nd rail is that you're kicking into will be where this will start at 0. So for the opposite side, where your cue ball is gonna be marked, is gonna be starting off with your 8, your 10, your 12, and your 14. So if your object ball is at the 14, you would look for a corresponding number on where your cue ball is actually located. So for this one, we're saying that this is your 10. So you would say your object ball minus your cue ball number would be 4, and you would see if this lines up to the number 4, and it does not line up to your number 4. So you would go to your next diamond. So this would be the 8. 14 minus 8 equals 6. So you would see if this one lines up to your 6, and as you can see, this is 8 and that is 6, and my cue ball is pretty close to that corresponding diamond. So if I hit that diamond with 2 rails, I should be able to hit this 1 ball. With this shot, you're actually using running English, meaning for this, I would use top right, and I should be able to hit this 1 ball. Now for the 3 rail kick. As you can see, I set up this example. I have the 9 ball close to this rail. This is going to be the 3rd rail since we're doing a 3 rail kick. And this is where it's almost at the 2 diamond. So as you can see, this diamond will be 0. This diamond is 10. This is 20. This is 30. And this is 40. For the cue ball, where your cue ball lands, this is where the cue ball numbers go. This is 40. This is 50. This is 60. This is 70. And then this is 80. To strike the 1st rail, I'm going to be hitting this long rail. This is going to be starting with 0. The opposite side of that rail. So this is 10. This is 20. This is 30. This is 40. This is 50. 60. 70. And 80. So the way this number system works for a 3 rail kick, as you can see, this is almost to the 80 mark. And so you would subtract your cue ball number to your object ball number. So the object ball number is the 20, and this is 80. 80 minus 20 is 60. Then you would count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. As you can see, this one doesn't line up. So you have to do a shift. You know you have to move to the right. Therefore, your number should be at 70. 70 minus 20 equals 50. So you have 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So you line up your 50 and your 70. Make sure you're at the diamonds. As you can see, my cue ball is pretty close to that 70 and 50 mark. So if I hit exactly pretty much on this diamond, I should be able to do a 3 rail kick and hit that 9 ball and hopefully not give ball in hand. I just did the 1 rail, 2 rail, and 3 rail kicking system. I hope this video was informative, but stay tuned. My next video is going to be on 5 basic safety shots you need to know. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe me. Don't forget the thumbs up. Bye bye.